We may be in the midst of the international break, but that doesn't stop the news coming out of Anfield. In today's video, we have a shock Liverpool forward twist that we will go over, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. But first guys, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Slot changed the notable pre-match routine ahead of home games this season for Liverpool, a move that Pep Guardiola has also made, and he has explained why. It has become customary for football clubs to organise for their squads to stay overnight at a hotel the night before a game both home and away. It's not compulsory, but Jurgen Klopp did this with his team throughout his spell at Anfield, first at the Hope Street Hotel before later moving to the Titanic Hotel. Slot, however, elected to make a change after arriving at the club. The team now spend the night before a game at Anfield in their own home, and the Dutchman has explained why in a Sky Sports interview. He said, on any new rules he has implemented, he said, maybe the only one I don't know if it's a rule, but they were used to going into hotels a lot the day before the game. And that's what we've changed because I felt and my staff feel the best place to sleep in is your own bed. It gives you the best possible rest. That's not a rule, but that's maybe one of the few things we've changed, that players are before a home game in their own house, in their own bed instead of being in a hotel. That's not a rule, but that is a change that I made. Instead of staying overnight together in the same location, the team will regroup on the morning of their match for a meeting before travelling together on the team bus. This is a routine that Guardiola has proven to be a fan of during his time at Barcelona and Manchester City, and it makes sense when you consider there will be a minimum of 24 home games a season. With away trips in the league, domestic cups and in the Champions League, maximising players' time with their family can be for their best interest. As for any other changes he has made at the club, Slot added, maybe we have implemented one or two, but if you ask me, I don't even know which they are. There are a really good culture of players being on time, so I hate it if we have to talk about fines for players being too late. It's normal that you are on time, they have a list of fines, but the players take care of them themselves. And that's what they already did, and we kept it like this. In some shock Liverpool forward news, German reports are linking Liverpool with two Bundesliga forwards, but there is still plenty of room for scrutiny over the claimed interest. Borussia Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi and Frankfurt's Omar Marmoush are the two names being tied to Liverpool during the early stages of the international break. Sky Germany's Patrick Berger and reputable journalist Florian Plettenberg claim interest from the Reds on X, with the forward said to be among those being discussed and observed as Mo Salah's successor. The Reds are described as monitoring Adeyemi, while Marmoush is on the list for the club, standard descriptors of players Liverpool will inevitably have on their radar. It's no secret that Salah has yet to extend his contract, but thus the position would need to be addressed in the summer, though neither of the aforementioned players are a right-wing specialist. Adeyemi has featured centrally for much of his career, and the player on the left more often than the right, as Marmoush, is a similar during his time in Germany. The latter is Salah's national compatriot and would inevitably be handed over the tag of the Egyptian king should he continue the upwards trend that's seen him score 26 goals in his last 50 club outings. Both players are undoubtedly among hundreds Liverpool are monitoring at any one time. At this stage, we cannot take these claims too seriously, although Florian Plettenberg is a very reputable journalist. If we were discussing possible reinforcements for the central role, then it might make more sense, but Liverpool have proven they will not simply buy anyone, they have to be superior to options currently at hand. Adeyemi is a talent that the club have been linked to as far back as 2021, but expect him and Marmoush to be two of countless names tied to Liverpool at times when Salah's future is headline news. In other news, Liverpool put all their defensive midfield eggs in one basket over the summer, only for Martin Zubimendi to pull a U-turn, and now predictably, Manchester City are interested. Pep Guardiola lost his key defensive midfield cog in Rodri to a season-ending ACL injury last month, and for Liverpool fans that immediately led to connections being made to Zubimendi. He was the Reds' #1 target throughout the summer, but a deal never eventuated as the Spaniard opted to remain at his boyhood club, Real Sociedad. The 25-year-old is a highly rated player, and throughout Liverpool's chase, Spanish journalist Jorge Cipizon offered regular updates on where the deal stood. Now the Revela reporter has claimed Manchester City have made Zubimendi a target and want to take advantage of the midfielder not signing a new deal, meaning his €60 million buyout clause remains. Mateo Kovacic is currently filling the void for City, but the reports claims a move for Zubimendi could be attempted in January, which one could view as 1 + equals 2 a situation. Rodri is currently contracted to Manchester City until the summer of 2027. And there have been reports of another extension, which could mean it is short-sighted move for Zubimendi, if he is even tempted. The Spaniard has proved to not be easily swayed when it comes to leaving his boyhood club, with Liverpool recently finding that out themselves. Sources closer to Merseyside, however, hinted early last month that a transfer could yet be revisited by the Reds in the winter window. Liverpool journalist David Lynch explained that the situation was not completely closed off after Zubimendi's decision to stay, having not viewed it as a treacherous action by the player. With no new deal yet eventuating with the San Sebastian club, the midfielder will remain available for £51 million due to his buyout clause. While Ryan Gravenberch thriving, many will not even currently be looking at the number 6 situation at Anfield, but the club still need to add depth. They may just have added competition, however, if the number 1 target has not changed. Lastly, Liverpool are one of 7 teams to win their opening 2 Champions League games this season, and they are joined by just one of the 8 league opponents. Arne Slot's first season leading the Reds in Europe's Premier competition has started pretty brightly, with a 3-1 win at Milan, swiftly followed with a 2-0 victory over Bologna at Anfield. The results put 6 early points on the board in the Champions League's new format, placing Liverpool 5th out of the 36 teams. There are still 6 league games to still play before the final standings are confirmed, but let's take a look at how the Reds' opponents in this initial stage have been getting on. It's been a mixed bag for the Reds' remaining opponents in the league stage so far, with 2 winless sides and 1 sitting alongside Slot's men with 2 victories. Bayer Leverkusen sit highest in the table, currently 4th after wins over Milan and Feyenoord. Neither team, though, have even managed to put a blemish on their record. Real Madrid, whose the Reds faced just days before Manchester City's visit in the league, fell to a surprise defeat to Lille after an opening win over Stuttgart, putting them in the middle of the pack. The Merseysiders will not host Lille until January, but they will be one to watch after their victory over Spanish side, through they did not lose on the road to Sporting. Slot's old rivals PSV are currently holding on to the last playoff place, having secured a single point following a draw against Sporting after a defeat at Juventus. Finally, Leipzig and Girona make up 2 of the teams to yet get off the mark. The German side have started strongly in the Bundesliga and have suffered narrow losses here to Atletico Madrid and Juventus. Girona, meanwhile, have recorded defeats to Paris Saint-Germain and Slot's former club Feyenoord. As the new format sees each club play each other once, Bologna with 1 point and Milan 0 points, but in the rearview mirror for Liverpool, but they are 2 of the early strugglers. Borussia Dortmund, Brecht, Benfica, Leverkusen, Liverpool, Aston Villa and Juventus are the only teams to win their opening games, so they currently occupy the automatic qualifying spots. 8 remain pointless, and Pep Linder's Salzburg sit in that category. They are even one of 4 teams yet to score in the competition. We are only a quarter of the way through the league phase, but we do not have too long to wait until the next round, which for Liverpool is at Leipzig on October 23rd. The top 8 in the league will qualify automatically for the round of 16, while the teams who finish 9th to 24th will compete in the 2-legged playoff for a place in the last 16. Liverpool fans, what do you make of the 2 forwards being linked to the football club by Florian Plettenberg? And do you think they would be good signings? Yes or no? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.